All right. Wow. Rivalry games are going to, be special. And, just hats off to Washington State and Coach Dickert, just, making it tough, playing good football. And so, just proud of our guys, though, and we get to the point where, you win, you go 12-0 in a perfect season. I could go on and on about how that happens and how hard it is, and there's a lot of work and a lot of things that we still, I guess, feel within that we want to accomplish. So we're going to enjoy it here for a short time. I told the guys we don't even have a 24-hour rule because it's a short week getting ready for the conference championship. But you do have to have a little bit of perspective for 1 second just to take it in and understand the place and history of the program and. Understand what 12-0, really took to get to this point. So proud of these guys, and just proud of the efforts today. Took all phases, making some big plays. Obviously, it's never going to be perfect, and things that we can look at and improve on. But we got found a way, and every game is its own game. It doesn't matter score comparisons and things like that. We're gonna put a plan together, and guys are going to go execute that plan, and we'll continue to make adjustments and keep fighting, keep swinging, and that's just who we are. And so proud of these guys.
At what point during that sequence did you decide you were going to go for it on 4th and 1?
When it was 4th and 1.
Before you sent the punt team out, or during the time?
Yeah. I mean, we sent the punt team out there, and I really felt like, that. We were going to try to get him to jump off sides and see if we could get a free set of downs that way. Coming off of a timeout like that, when the clock stopped, it's not quite as good. I knew that, but figured it was worth a chance, and it gave us a little more time, too, to talk about what we wanted to do offensively. We're going to go for it, and hats off to the coaching staff, offensive staff for putting this play in, having it ready to go for moments like that, for, red zone. Short yardage moments, and there's some moving pieces to that too, and you got to trust your players to read things right, have great timing, execute, and between Michael and really everyone, and of course Rome, just simple things like even catching the ball. I mean, doing that, and then worst case scenario is he was going to be one-on-one with someone for a yard. So just proud of the way the guys executed, turned into explosive play, and gave us a lot of momentum.
Where does that rate as far as a risky play for the win and deep in your end zone?
It's up there. Yeah, it's up there. There's been, I think, way back, there's been some risky plays, but I'd say it's certainly up there. Given the moment, given the situation, field location, time in the game, all those.
Kalen, had you run that play at all this year?
No. First time, yeah. Yep.
It sounded like Penix had the option to give to DJ there, based on what he saw. What was it about the way WSU lined up, or what he saw that made the flip to Rome?
Yeah, just the coverage, and it's really without motion, so it's gonna be hard for someone to trail him across, and it's a short edge over there, and they're playing for the run, and a lot of the things we did throughout the course of the game just naturally set up with the backfield sets, the tight end alignments. A lot of those things were looks that similar, not exactly, but similar to what we'd shown throughout the game. So Mike did you're trusting a guy like Michael to read it, and then of course, he's gonna have his back to the play at some point as he flips it, and just made a great decision, some guts on his end, obviously the play call and all that, but I just wanted to go out if at all possible, not be crazy, but just really wanted to make sure we had the ball to try to win the game, and obviously you took that play to do that.
What was the call on? Sorry. What was the call on the field goal that they made that then turned into a penalty?
That they did? Yeah. We just you can't take a running start. We backed up past the point, and we do a good job of jumping at times, and
was it just?
Yeah, it's just you can only be within so many. You have to be within so many yards, and we were outside. We moved outside of that, and so just details, and things that. Fortunately, again, that we didn't, it's something new, not something new that we don't talk about and that we know the rules, just something new that in that moment, you just got to stay within yourself and not try to do too much. It's just our guys, trying to get that extra step, and you can't do that.
Kalen, we haven't seen Mike so far after the game. Is he okay? He took a big hit late there.
Yeah, I talked to him afterwards. Someone was saying the same thing, but I think he's okay. So I talked to him after the game in the locker room real quick. I think there's obviously, it's emotional. Too. There's a piece to that. But I'm not sure. Someone said something too, but I don't really know.
You moved the ball into field goal range there in the last drive. Was the mentality still very much to try to score a touchdown, or what's the balance there between maybe trying to score versus setting up the field goal?
Yeah, I'm a guy that obviously it took the field goal and that's what it ended up being. But I really like to try to get the touchdown. There's just a lot of moving pieces, even with the snap, hold, and kick. As much trust as I have in our guys. You have great players and you want to let them work and go do their thing that they practice so hard for. And when you have guys like Michael and Rome and Jalen, those guys are, they're made for that. They're built for those moments. And so, still giving us a chance. And obviously, at the end there, I did like where the ball was. It was still had another down to work with if we wanted to. But I just felt like running it down, having the clock stopped with 5 seconds. I liked where the ball location was as far as between the hashes for Grady to kick it, and he nailed it not just once, but he nailed it twice.
In the works before today and became official today?
Yeah, it's something we've been talking about as Stabby. He's earned it. He's really had a great year, and I know he's had a couple misses, but he's just such a mentally tough kid. I see it every day in practice, and we've seen big kicks in games and all of that. Certainly, we're just looking for the right time. I think today was the right time to make that happen. So we knew sooner or later the time was going to come where we were going to recognize him, and our team just really believes in Grady. They love him because they know that he did have that scholarship. That might even be one piece to where they love him even more, and he's had some big kicks for us over the last year.
Sorry, so did you decide right after the kick, or at what point do you say, let's tell him now? Like, how did that decision?
Yeah, I just I don't want to make emotional decisions, but it's a decision that we pretty much knew was going to happen at some point, and why not capture the moment, and for the team and for Grady. It's something I think that you will remember for the rest of your life, not just the kick itself, but, what happened after. And so he's just a special guy, and let's just get that done with so he can move on and go kick another one for us next week. That's important.
What's that scene like when you tell him in the locker room?
Yeah, the players just, again, they believe in him, they love him, and I know his response was, that was for the seniors. It goes both ways, and it was just really fun. The guys all just went crazy and got excited, and we didn't have the whole team in there just because a lot of them are still out with the fans, and at some point just pull everyone together. But we're all enjoying the moment, and that was a great moment to celebrate Grady's success and his opportunity to have a scholarship.
Coach Grubb had talked coming into this week about maybe the offense maybe underachieving the last couple of weeks a little bit, but are you concerned at all about that side of the ball?
No, we're just really close. To me, it's just a fine line, just the rhythm. And you see times when we got in the rhythm, and we're just right there. So I think there were some really good things that were great to see. I thought getting Jalen McMillan back in a flow, and because he helps us stay ahead of the chains. And there's things that I felt like were even positives that we'll build off of. And I think our players, our coaching staff, they always do a good job of moving forward, learning from what happened the week before, and we obviously have a big challenge and a big week ahead with Oregon in the conference championship. So they'll keep the pedal down and keep working.
That last drive, calculating, for a field goal, what was your field goal line? How far you needed to get it downfield?
I think if you absolutely had to, I'd still feel good if the ball was on the 35. Grady's got pretty good range, so I felt like we were inside the range. To me, it was more a matter of just kicking it between the uprights. So, we were inside that range, and the closer you can get, obviously the percentages improve.
The intentional grounding call, I don't know if I've seen that one. Can you get intentional grounding on an offsides, or what was your interpretation?
Yeah, I've never had that happen before. I don't get it. I mean, if someone's, obviously Michael felt like he had to throw the ball because he was under pressure, but they jumped. And there's, I'd have to look at it again, but I felt like someone was coming pretty clean. I'd like to just see that. I'll watch it on film, but I'd just like to see that blown dead if that's the case. I mean, I don't know how you can have a penalty off that. I've never seen it happen, and the official said he's never had it happen. So it is what it is. So.
And Kalen, you guys punted back to them with about 5 minutes left. What did you see out of your defense during that possession to get the stop to get the ball back there?
Yeah, I think more of the same of what they've done. The last half of the season especially. And 5 minutes. There's a lot of game left. We had a couple timeouts to work with, and so it wasn't a short field, but it also you had to kind of bow up here pretty quickly. And really proud of the way they went and executed and got off the field. And they've done that many times here the last half of the season, and they got a lot of confidence being in those moments. And once we get a team behind the chains at that time of the game, that's where some depth with guys rushing the passer and guys who can get home, make life uncomfortable for their quarterback. That's where we thrive. And I thought we did that a lot throughout the course of the game, not just at the end. We put a lot of pressure on Cam Ward. I mean, he's tough to grasp. He's tough to bring down. But I thought we did a nice job that way.
Just the run game today. Obviously, Rome had the big run at the end, but Dylan was kind of hit or miss, and Typo got one good run in there.
Yeah. I mean, it was. There's things. I mean, we'll watch it on film. It would be better, but I think. As long as we limit the negative plays, which I think there was a couple negative, the one at the end of the first half, those are the ones that we got to just really get dialed in on and make sure that they don't happen. Is the negative plays, and so positive moving forward, we can stay close or ahead of the chains. We got an explosive offense to where we can convert those third and mediums to even third and longs. But it's when you lose yardage and all of a sudden you're in a 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, where it gets hard. But, we just got to keep stacking plays on top of plays. I thought there was some physicality still where the pile was moving, and there was a lot of bodies in there. And, Dylan just runs really hard, and I know there's a belief from our offensive line that they can get it done.
Another game where you guys get that last drive you need, that last score you need, and to do it in this, final Pac-12 chapter of this rivalry. What does all of that mean to you in this moment?
It means a lot. We've been doing it all season. Defense making big time stops when we need it the most, and then just offense, finding a way to get those points on the board when we need it the most as well. I feel like we play good complementary football towards the end of the game, but for the offensive side of the ball, we got to play better, and we will. I trust and believe in everybody on that side of the ball, and man, we just look forward to the next opportunity. But at the same time, we understand that we got to play better, and it's gonna come out.
You took a big shot at the end of that game. Were you feeling all right coming out of that?
I took a big shot. I ain't taking no big shots today. I'm good.
You had an option on that 4th down play near the end. Well, what did you see when you read it?
On the one to Rome?
Flipped it to Rome, yeah.
Yeah, I was just looking at the guy on the end of the defense, and he squeezed in, and it was just a lot of grass out there.
It's a lot of guts to make a call like that. When you found out that you were going for it on 4th and 1 from that position on the field, what was your reaction?
Yeah, man, we knew that we was gonna have it. Coach Grubb, he was talking about that play throughout the game, and he just kept saying that play is ready. And in the time we needed it most, it was a great time, and then we was able to execute. It's a play we've been running all week, and we knew that whenever the time would come, we'll be ready to execute.
The television cameras zoomed in on you during the kick, where you were kind of looking away towards the equipment cart. What is that moment like? Kind of just the sound of the moment, finding that you guys won.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, it was great. It was a lot of emotions. I'm good.
Were you able to Didn't you watch it?
Stuff it's just me. It's all good. Next question. I'm good. Appreciate it.
The guts of this team. After you even convert that 4th and 1, you still have to go another 30 yards to kick a field goal. So as a team, how did you stay composed and stay ready in that moment?
Just trusting and believing in each other. Just day in and day out. The work that we put in throughout the week. Just understanding that we got each other's back, and no matter the situation, we got to find a way to execute and find a way to, come out with the win. And we were able to do that today. So just make sure we stay believing.
It just seems like the last 4 or 5 games, Jack Westover does something. The last 4 or 5 games, Jack Westover just always seems to make some kind of a catch. Does he talk to you at all, like maybe make it a little easier on me next time, or do you guys talk at all about that?
What you mean, making it easy?
No, he just seems to make these circus catches.
Oh, man. Westy is a great guy, man. He's a guy that comes with the same energy each and every day, and it's always positive, and he's helping lift his team up, and he made a lot of big-time plays for us throughout the year, and, I'm just much appreciated for him, and, I got to find ways to get him the ball, because obviously he does great when the ball is coming his way, so he's been great for us all year, and I know he'll continue to be great.
My coach said that it's important for you guys to take a moment to have perspective about what 12-0 means. For you, when you think about that, what's your perspective given your journey to get here and then, the season that you guys have had?
It's special, it's special, the second team to do it in the program, and it's not easy. We played a lot of great teams throughout the year, and, it was just back to back to back. It was always a good team we were playing. So you can't take no credit away from those teams that we played, but just being able to find a way to win in those tough moments, I feel like it just shows this team character and our will to win, and, that's what makes it so special.
When you guys made the decision to come back, this was the kind of season I think you guys were envisioning. To get to this point with 12-0, going to Vegas with a chance to win the conference championship. What does it, it's kind of a similar question, but what does it mean to you guys to come back and do this?
Yeah, man, it means a lot. Like you said, it's definitely one of the reasons why we came back. We felt like we left a lot on the table. We felt like 11-2 was a good season, but we wanted to be great and we wanted to be legendary. And I feel like we're on the grasp of it, but we still got a lot of work to do. We just got to make sure we just keep our head down and not get too caught up in the hype and the praises and the pats on the back. We just got to focus on what we can do to help this team get better each and every day.
You have an early thought on playing Oregon again?
An early thought? We just ready.